So one of my favorite things to talk about is bioidentical hormone optimization. I consider bioidentical hormone optimization really in the forefront of age management medicine or anti-aging medicine or preventative medicine. I oftentimes give presentations, and what I'm going to do for you right now is a synopsis of my favorite things to talk about regarding bioidentical hormone optimization. So bioidentical hormone optimization is truly a life-changing decision. There are 4 basic truisms in life. You are what you eat, you are what you do, you are what your hormone levels are, and you are what you inherited. Let me explain. It's very, very important to make certain lifestyle changes, and the earlier you make these changes, the better. What do I mean by this? You should eat organic, whole food, plant-based diet as much as possible, minimizing meat, especially red meat, and minimizing certain fish. You are what you do. What do I mean by that? It's very, very important to exercise at least 20 to 30 minutes aerobically 5 times a week. You are what your hormone levels are, and you are what you inherited, meaning there's not much you could do about your gene pool, but there are ways to keep that gene pool healthy as you age. Warning, what I'm about to tell you will change your life. I consider bioidentical hormone optimization preventative as well as feel-good medicine. Who am I? I am a board-certified obstetrician and gynecologist. I'm board-certified in cosmetic surgery. I consider myself an expert in bioidentical hormone optimization and age management medicine. I have over 25 years of clinical experience. So, question number 1. What are hormones and why are they important? Hormones are actually molecules which are made and secreted by endocrine glands, which exert biochemical effects on target cells, including tissues like the brain, the heart, the blood vessels, the bones, the fat cells, the breasts, the uterus, the vagina, and the penis. Essentially, hormones affect everything. They turn on the cellular machinery and therefore cause increased metabolism, increased protein synthesis, increased cellular repair, and increase in cell replication. The bottom line, hormones are important to keep all the cells in the body functioning in a healthy manner. Question number 2, is normal the same as optimal? A lot of times, patients will come to me and they'll say, they just came back from their primary physician, they checked all my labs, and they told me everything is normal. Well, you don't want to be normal, you want to be optimal. Why do you want to be optimal? Because you were never as healthy as the day you turned 21. That's right. Certainly there are some proactive lifestyle changes you could do, like never smoke, eat organic, mostly plant-based, low glycemic index, calorie-restricted diet, and get 30 minutes of cardiovascular exercise 6 days a week. But despite this, you have very little control over maintaining your hormone production and your receptor function. So as we all age, our hormone levels start to decline, and the receptor sites on our cells don't work as good as they used to. Question number 3, what happens as we age? Number 1, there's decreased cellular protein synthesis. That leads to decline in the immune function, increase in body fat, loss of muscle mass and strength, a decline in bone mineral density, and an increased risk for both cardiovascular disease and cancer. This leads to age-related disabilities, increased weakness, impaired mobility, and poor balance and endurance. So physical frailty can lead to the following: falls, fractures, impairment in activity of daily living, and loss of independence. What we try to do is not stop the aging process, but actually delay the aging process or age in the best possible manner we can. Traditionally, this aging process has been considered to be physiological and unavoidable. You'll hear many old school physicians saying, it's nature taking its course. Just learn to live with it. But in recent years, an increasing number of people are not willing to accept the grim stereotype of aging as an unalterable process of decline and loss. Hormonal optimization is partly responsible for this change in attitude. So there are new routine medical intervention programs offering long-term replacement therapy with 1 or more hormones in order to slow down the aging process and to allow less deterioration, less illness, less inflammation, a better quality of life. You feel and function better, you live longer, and you live better medicine. So let's talk about the sexy 6 hormones, specifically estradiol, testosterone, progesterone, DHEA, which is dehydroepiandrosterone, vitamin D, and thyroid hormone. Before we do that, let's talk a little bit about the signs and symptoms of hormone deficiencies. When a woman starts to lose estradiol, she may experience one or more of the following: hot flashes, insomnia, depression, constant fatigue, drooping of the breasts, thinning hair and skin. This could also lead to osteoporosis, fractured bones, anxiety, mood swings, decreased libido, vaginal dryness, pain with sex, vertical wrinkle lines over the lips, increased risk for heart attack with lowering of the HDLs, increasing of the LDLs. So the bottom line, estradiol protects you from cardiovascular disease, stroke, osteoporosis, dementia, and sexual dysfunction. So let's talk about testosterone. One of the very first women who I optimized her testosterone, she wrote me this letter, quote unquote, "Dear Dr. Lowney, I just want to take this opportunity to thank you for changing my life. I have been happily married for over 25 years, and for the past 5 years, I have virtually had no desire to make love to my husband. After placing me on testosterone pellets, sex is now better than it was when I was in my 20s. Instead of never wanting to have sex, sometimes I need to have sex twice daily. What you have done for me is nothing short of a miracle. Again, thank you very much for changing my life." Let's talk a little bit about testosterone. I truly believe that if Ponce de Leon ever found the fountain of youth, it would be spurting testosterone. Why? Because if you are deficient in testosterone, you have decreased energy, increased peripheral and visceral fat, difficulty with attention and focus, difficulty remembering things, decreased muscle mass, increased weakness, decreased libido or sex drive, difficulty achieving orgasm, lack of self-confidence, difficulty making decisions, thinning skin with wrinkles. So you basically fall apart. Let's shift gears and talk a little bit about thyroid hormone. The thyroid hormone, which is produced in the thyroid gland in the neck, is responsible for maintaining your energy levels, for keeping you thin, for keeping your hair, nails, and skin healthy. People with decreasing thyroid levels experience cold hands and feet. They think slower, they forget more, they get more confused, and they're more susceptible to colds and infection. Let's talk about DHEA, or dehydroepiandrosterone. This is actually produced by the adrenal gland and is considered the mother of all hormones. What I mean by that is, in order for you to make anything else in your body, like testosterone or estradiol or thyroid hormone, you need DHEA. There was also a study in the New England Journal of Medicine. It proved that low levels of DHEA were associated with increased mortality from cardiovascular disease and cancer. Higher levels were protective against heart disease and cancer. The conclusion was, maintain optimal DHEA levels for optimal health. So DHEA protects you against insomnia, fatigue, stress, infections, inflammation, heart disease, stroke, and cancer. Let's talk about progesterone. Also produced by the ovaries, it is used in nature to balance estrogen. It also protects women against endometrial cancer, breast cancer, colon cancer, helps prevent osteoporosis. It also helps to relieve PMS symptoms like headache, depression, anxiety, bloating, cramping, irritability, and moodiness. It helps prevent cardiovascular disease by decreasing cholesterol and increasing HDL, which is the good cholesterol. It helps improve libido. It helps with insomnia. It helps put you into REM sleep, which is necessary for producing of human growth hormone. And it also is very important to decrease the incidence of postpartum depression. Vitamin D. Vitamin D is really not a vitamin, it's a hormone that should be optimized. Vitamin D is probably one of the most important substances we could put in our body to boost our immune system and therefore protect you from getting cancer, infections, and cardiovascular disease. It also protects you against bone loss, osteoporosis, and as we talked about, heart disease, cancer, and dementia. 100% of all people living north of Atlanta are vitamin D deficient. And most people need between 5,000 to 10,000 units a day to keep their levels between 60 and 80, which I consider optimized. So oftentimes I get these questions. Are all hormones safe? Aren't hormones harmful and should be taken for the shortest time necessary to control perimenopausal symptoms? Do oral estrogens cause blood clots in the legs? Are you ever too old to start bioidentical hormones? And are you a candidate for bioidentical hormones if you've had breast or endometrial cancer? These are all great questions. Question number 1, are all hormones the same? The answer, absolutely not. Bioidentical hormones and synthetic hormones are not the same. Synthetic hormones like Premarin, Provera, and Prempro are synthetic. They are made from horses' urine, actually pregnant horses' urine, and are not bioidentical. As a matter of fact, in the Women's Health Initiative study back in 2002, which is probably one of the most important studies ever done, it proved that these synthetic hormones put women at increased risk for breast cancer and heart disease. They actually had to stop the study. The actual culprit is Provera, which is a synthetic progestin. It's not even a progesterone. Question number 2. Aren't hormones harmful and should be taken for the shortest period of time to alleviate menopausal symptoms? As stated earlier, all hormones aren't the same. Bioidentical hormones are different from synthetic. There has never been a study definitively linking bioidentical hormones with any problems. In fact, the opposite is true. Bioidentical estradiol has been linked with decreased risk of heart attack and stroke, and bioidentical progesterone has been linked with decreased risk for breast cancer and colon cancer. The next question I get all the time is, do oral estrogens cause blood clots? And the simple answer to that question is no, they don't, but synthetic Provera has. However, if you do have a history of blood clots, it is much safer to go on transdermal estradiol and transdermal progesterone. Are you ever too old to start bioidentical hormones? No. That's like asking, are you ever too old to stop smoking? Are you ever too old to eat healthier? And are you ever too old to start exercising? As men and women age, they are at increased risk for cardiovascular disease, stroke, osteoporosis, dementia, and cancer. And bioidentical hormone protects you from all these conditions. Are you a candidate for bioidentical hormones if you have a history of breast cancer? The answer to that question is possibly. As long as you do not have metastatic disease and you are more than 5 years out without any evidence of recurrent disease, then you may be a candidate for bioidentical hormones. In fact, you should consider at least taking testosterone and bioidentical progesterone, as both these hormones have actually been used to treat breast cancer. So in summary, bioidentical hormones increase breakdown of fat, reduce body fat, help you with weight loss, leading to less incidence of diabetes, heart attack, and stroke. They reduce levels of cholesterol and triglycerides. They increase your energy and exercise capacity. They increase your strength, endurance, and muscle tone. They improve sleep and well-being. They improve libido, therefore leading to a better sex life. You get healthier hair, nail, and skin. There's decreased incidence of breast cancer, improved vitality, improved quality of life, possibly increased longevity, both quality and quantity of life. Who doesn't want this?